I first learned about Transformations Treatment Center when I was looking into coming to treatment. Sister gave me a phone number, and the phone number was not for treatment, it was for an interventionist, and they referred me to Transformations. So I came here as a client, and then I saw they had put an announcement that they were looking for an alumni coordinator that over a year, and so then I applied and I got hired for that position. As the alumni coordinator, I follow up with every client that's come through Transformations. I reach out to them and let them know I'm here if they need any sober support. Ask them if they're following the roles that they were supposed to do when they leave here, like going to meetings, IOP, therapy, whatever they were requested to do. I run a Facebook page that they can contact me on, that I'm always posting inspirational stuff for them, events that are going on in their areas. We also have an alumni meeting on Wednesday nights that all the alumni can participate in, where we do like a fellowship first with some food, and then we have a meeting afterwards. I would explain Transformations as a company that cares about the clients and like wants them to be sober and get the help that they need. They're always adding different programs that are going to be able to help people with the needs that they need to be able to work on themselves while they're here. It's not just like a cookie cutter treatment center. Like you can go to whatever program is best for you that you and your therapist think is the best. When the admissions department gets a phone call, they assess whoever calls, the parent, a support person, or the client themselves. They talk with them to find out if we're the right program. We don't just accept anybody. They have to go through a series of questions, have their insurance checked and answer all of our questions, and then it's clinically approved for them to come here. And then when they get here, they would do an intake with one of the behavioral techs, get everything searched, and then they'll meet with their therapist so that they can, have a plan on what programs they're going to do. Since we have a couple of different tracks, explain that they can go to try different ones if they like, and then if the therapist believes that they need to be in a particular, we do have some groups that are invitation only. And a therapist would decide if that person needs one of those, like grief and loss or a sexual trauma class, or invitation only. So they would, if that's something that would help the client, they'll invite them. Once the client the week before the client leaves Transformations, they meet with me. I have a group with them. I introduce myself. I let them know who I am. I have them fill out some paperwork, and then we talk about like what they're going to do when they leave here, what their biggest fear is about leaving here, and then they get some alumni items to leave here with. Once they leave, they'll start getting the phone calls from me. If they leave and go home, no matter what, they're going to get phone calls from me, no matter if they stay here or if they go home. Everybody's an alumni. And if they stay local in a halfway house, they're allowed to come back for IOP, which meets 3 times a week for 3 hours, and then they'll drop down as they continue to stay sober. They'll drop down to phase 2 and then phase 3. Once they get to phase 2, they're allowed to come to alumni night and get involved in alumni. Being that we have 2 programs, the traditional program and the Christian program, we have traditional therapists and the Christian therapists. We have over 30 and under 30, so that people can go to the groups that they need based on what is based for them and available to them. There's some people that strictly do just our Christian program or just the traditional program, but there are a lot of people that go back and forth based on the subject of that group. Like you may want to go to like a divorced family group that's a Christian group because that's something that you're dealing with, but you may not want to go to every single Christian group. So that's what's good about this program, is that it's not like, oh, you pick this track, so that's what you have to do. You can try different groups. You can see which ones you like, which group facilitators that you like, and go to those people's groups. So it's very based on like what's best for you. So relapse prevention, they have a group here that helps them with that before they leave. Once they leave, if they're local and they do IOP, of course they're very big on making sure that they're doing okay and relapse prevention, that kind of stuff. We set everybody up with an IOP or a therapist when they're going home so that they'll be able to do relapse prevention when they get home. And then I'm always encouraging when I call them to, go to some type of fellowship, get a sponsor in that fellowship, whatever that they need to do. Here at Transformations, we bring them to all fellowships, AA, NA, CA, CR, GA, like whatever they need, we bring them to those fellowships. So we encourage them to continue doing that when they leave, and trying different fellowships, because every city and state is different. So they might have liked one fellowship while they were here and a different one when they get home. If they're involved in a church, I always encourage them to find out what the church does, because not every area has CR, which is Celebrate Recovery, but a lot of churches have some type of 12-step fellowship that they involve the church in, so that it's like a similar to CR, but like they might name it something different because they didn't go to the CR certificate thing. With the holistic program, it's based on the individual. It's not just a package like everybody gets the same vitamins. It's what you need. If you're having a hard time sleeping, if you get in sugar cravings, which is very big depending on what your drug of choice was, sugar cravings is a big one, that Dr. Sands will give you vitamins to help you from those sugar cravings. And I've taken those before while I was here. They also they do go to the nature park, they do the gym, because they want you to do everything, not just the inside work. When we go to the gym, we feel better about ourselves, so we do that. Even just like taking care of your apartment and stuff so that you feel better, like you feel like you're in a normal setting and can live in the real world again. I love my job. I feel like I have the best job at Transformations. I get to see people come in here broken, and then I see them slowly getting better. And we have a celebration once a month where people come back and pick up medallions, and I see families come, fly down, give them medallions, and it's exciting to see somebody start from the beginning of recovery and continue on from here and what we've taught them to do. It's really enjoyable. I love the staff at Transformations. I get along with everybody. Everyone's really nice, and they communicate very well. Most of us have email on our phones, so like you're always be able to keep in touch with everybody. If you call somebody, somebody calls you back within minutes. If they're like busy, like within the hour. Like I've never had to like wait for a phone call back. And I've worked for big corporate places, so I know how difficult it can be to get a hold of somebody in charge. And I really like that they have an open door policy. Like if you need to talk to somebody, you can go knock on the door and talk to them. You don't have to like set up a meeting and schedule, pencil yourself in. Like that's very important. I really love Transformations. Like I came here, so I know what it's like to be a patient. I know what it's like to work here. Like I really wouldn't suggest any other place, because this is my heart. Like this is what helped me get sober, and it helps me stay sober every day.